In this video, we discuss the top 5 costly driver mistakes that truckers make while out on the road. We will be discussing trucking issues that occur on a daily basis in the life of a trucker and some do's and don'ts to keep you safe while out there on the nation's highways. We have some solid tips and advice for you, so please watch the entire video. We're talking real deal trucking advice straight from the road. I've seen it all, and I'm here to pass that knowledge on to you. Whether you're just starting out or been hauling freight for years, there's something in here for everybody. So sit tight, watch all the way through, and let's get into it. Let's start off with something simple, but super important. Safety. I can't say it enough. Without a doubt, safety has got to be your number one priority. Pre-trip inspections are a must every single time. Brakes, lights, tires, fluids. You have to make it a habit to check them all. That's how you stay out of trouble and off the shoulder. Today, we have a good friend of mine that will be joining our discussion and giving some of his experiences out on the road. So Bernie, now let me ask you, do you remember your very first pre-trip?
Oh yeah, that was years ago, but I still remember how nervous I was. I was scared as all get out that I'd forget something. Took me seemingly forever to complete. However, in the big picture, checking everything out on the pre-trip really opened my eyes up when you stop to think about how much can go wrong if you don't check out everything that you are supposed to on your truck.
Exactly. It's better to catch a problem at your home terminal or in the lot at a truck stop or rest area than it is to break down in the middle of nowhere. Now here is a biggie, don't tailgate. I know y'all heard it 1,000 times before, but trucks need way more room to stop than cars. And while you're at it, you have to make it a habit to keep scanning your mirrors and gauges. Right to left, left to right. Every few seconds. Always know what's going on around you. And let's talk about distractions. Gabbing on the phone, munching on snacks, messing with the radio. This kind of stuff has to stop if you want to stay accident-free. Keep your eyes on the road. And don't lose sight of this fact. There are more accidents caused by drivers with cell phones stuck to their ears than anything else. Remember, your cell phone setup needs to be of the hands-free variety. That's not just for safety reasons. That's the law. Now here's a big one. Want to guess what is probably the number one thing that drives other truck drivers crazy? Parking at the fuel island. You ever get stuck behind someone at the fuel island who went inside to the restaurant or snack counter or even to the showers while their truck is still sitting at the pump?
Oh man, that's the worst. You're burning your 14-hour clock just waiting on them. It's disrespectful. I have seen more than a few fist fights over this. How hard is it to fuel your truck, pull forward, then go inside to the fuel desk if you need to? If you are planning on grabbing a bite to eat or on taking a shower, get your truck out of everyone else's way and grab a parking spot out in the parking lot.
You got that right. Be a professional and respect your fellow driver's time. Don't block the pumps unless you're fueling. Bernie, you are entirely right, my friend. That kind of stuff starts fights. Like you, I have seen more than a few arguments turn into something more serious over this inconsiderate behavior. Now, on to our next topic, Jake brakes. We all love the Jake brakes on our trucks and what they do for us, especially on steep hills and mountains where they save us wear and tear on our regular brakes. Also gotta love that growl while going down a mountain. However, you gotta be smart and respectful when you are using that Jake brake. You don't need to use it when going through the middle of town, and you certainly shouldn't be using it while cruising through a truck stop looking for a parking spot. Drivers are trying to sleep. Ease that puppy around slow and keep it quiet. Let's talk driving lanes out on the open road for a minute. For you new drivers out there in trucker lingo, the left lane is called the hammer lane, and it is for passing, not for camping out or trying to drag race another truck. Don't be hanging out in the left lane. If you need to pass another truck, do it quickly, then move back over to the right lane. Staying in the left lane bottles up traffic and makes folks mad. Hey Bernie, you got a CB radio in your truck?
Sure do. It saved me from all sorts of things that happen out on the open road. Things like traffic accidents, construction traffic jams, and speed traps, to name a few. Yup, my CB radio has saved me time and time again. Plus, it's good company on long runs when you can gab on it with other drivers.
My thoughts exactly. CBs are still a very useful tool. Whatever you do, please don't turn into a CB Rambo. You got to keep it respectful and don't lose sight of the fact that we are all in this thing together, and it's called trucking. Also, keep in mind that a certain segment of the general public use CB radios when they travel as well. They can hear what we are saying. We got to represent the profession well. Here's another solid tip. Lend a hand to a fellow trucker or other motorist when you can. We have all had our share of bad backing days. If you see a driver struggling to back in, hop out and help. Remember, we all started somewhere. A little help goes a long way. Now this one's for the new guys out there. Whatever you do, be careful not to take a huge leap of faith by going with the first trucking company that offers you a job. Think about your long-term goals. You want to run flatbed, reefer, tanker. Start with the kind of company that operates with that type of freight or a company that is versatile enough to get you closer to that goal.
I heard that. That's real talk right there. I wasted almost a year when I first got my CDL by running dry van, when I really wanted to haul oversized loads. In hindsight, I should have started with a flatbed company to get experience right away. I wish someone would have schooled me about this stuff when I first got into trucking.
Exactly. You got to do your homework and research companies. Ask other drivers their opinions, and especially those drivers that are currently working for the company you are considering hiring on with. Don't be shy about asking other drivers about the good and bad of the company they are working for. The only stupid question is the one you don't ask. Here's another little gem. Always have a jacket and long pants packed away in your truck. Even though it might be hot outside where you are right now, your next dispatch might take you to a different part of the country, and you could be headed into some cold weather or even a darn snowstorm. Plus, a lot of shippers require long sleeves and pants for safety. Speaking of shippers, while some shippers or receivers require long sleeve shirts, long pants, and closed toe shoes or boots for safety reasons, some also require you to wear hard hats, safety vests, and glasses. It's your responsibility to have the required shirt, pants, and shoes with you in your truck to wear. However, your company should provide the hard hat, safety vest, and glasses. If not, go ahead and get it yourself. You don't want to get turned away at a gate. Now here's one I can't stress enough. When you are first learning to drive a big truck and are planning to go get your CDL, learn how to drive a stick shift and test with a truck that has a manual transmission if you can.
Yeah, I know a guy who tested on an automatic, then couldn't take a job he wanted because the truck had a stick. There are a lot of new drivers out there that don't realize that if you pass that CDL test using an automatic transmission truck, it will say so on your CDL, and legally you are now bound to only drive automatics. Don't limit yourself.
Bingo. Same goes for endorsements. Hazmat, tanker, or doubles and triples. Get each and every endorsement that you can. The more endorsements you've got, the more loads you're eligible for. That's more miles for you, more money in your pocket, and less downtime waiting for that all-important next load. All right, my friend, I hope this video helps you out. Whether you're just starting or been trucking a while, we've got to look out for each other. Share this video with a buddy, drop a comment with your questions, and let's help the next wave of truckers succeed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on more tips from the road.
Stay safe, drive smart, and keep the shiny side up.